Welcome back to Open Line. We are talking about a topic that's had a lot of people talking over the last few weeks. The Beyoncé performance at the Super Bowl paid homage to the Black Panthers, Malcolm X, and then the video, the song that has come along with that, Formation, and what it means to the officers. Some who have said, I feel a little assaulted. I don't like the message you're sending. So some of the FOPs across the nation said, you know what, we're asking our folks not to volunteer for her concerts when she comes down. That's what the local FOP has said. Sergeant Danny Hall is the president.
Hale, I'm sorry.
Stand corrected. Okay. Sergeant Danny Hale from the FOP from here in Nashville. And so we just want to know your thoughts on it. We have a lot of calls lined up. I want to see if I can get through some of these. Let's go to Ricky. Ricky, thank you for being with us.
Yes.
Go ahead with your comment or question.
Yes, okay, so I just want to respond to something that Mr. President said a little earlier. He used the rationale that, yes, the Black Panther Party did do good things, but we can't forget the bad. That's the same rationale that people use to birth the Black Panther Party and also the Black Lives Matter movement. You know, you have bad apples in the police department, so therefore people wanted to defend themselves. I'm not seeing how Beyoncé celebrating that is an affront to police officers anywhere.
What do you see when you see that video? When you see the Super Bowl first?
The Super Bowl is the thing. The Malcolm X and the Black Panther movement is what struck with me. Her video, it's, you know, in my opinion, it's her art and she can do whatever she chooses. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But you know, my thing is I do not have the forum to get my point across. I don't have that forum. I don't have thousands and thousands of people that are enamored with my every word, and it's never going to happen. And I think that you know, I would just hope that famous folks, white, black, Hispanic, whatever, stick to their art and leave the politics to the politicians. And they're not very good at it either.
To provoke conversation.
And that certainly has done, hadn't it?
I'm losing it.
I think he said in it, her artists provoke conversation.
I'm sorry. I'm a musician, so it is an artist's duty, responsibility to provoke conversation in the community. That's what musicians, artists, poets do.
Well, I respectfully disagree. It's their art to entertain. It's their art to express, but I don't know it's their art to provoke.
That's the history of art.
Okay.
This happened throughout human history.
All right. Ricky, we certainly appreciate you calling in and being part of the show tonight and adding your perspective to this as an artist and a musician. And thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go to, I think we have Linda. Linda, are you with us?
Yes.
Hi there. Go ahead.
Interesting. I just one last comment. I just feel like at the end of the day that every one of us have to be responsible for what we say, what we do, and all of us are going to stand before God one day and answer for everything. And I think if we all just carried that thought with us every day, that this would be so much better world to live in.
I don't think anybody can disagree.
I can't argue
with
the
you.
point.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for the day that I've got to stand there and give all my details, because some of them are not real good.
I think a lot of us can say that. Linda, thank you for being with us tonight. All right, you take care. Let's go to Jackie. Jackie, thank you for being with us. What's your comment or question? Jackie, are you with us? Oh,
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, hello. Glad you're here. Okay, go ahead.
I was listening earlier, and I heard him mention that there were 2 cops killed in Nashville during, like, the Black Panther movement, and I was just wondering what he feels about the countless people who lost their lives fighting for basic rights that white people got because of the color of their skin. And I also wanted to comment on the fact that the Black Lives Matter movement matters to black people, and if someone says that it doesn't matter, they don't understand that certain struggle, so it shows their ignorance. And I just feel like when black people come together, it's problematic for other races, but when any other group comes together, it's upliftment of that, whatever group that is, be it racial or sexual orientation. I also feel that that when you mentioned the dash cam cameras, you said it was one-dimensional, but I feel that if the cops who use the dash cam cameras or the body cameras, I feel that if they use them in the way that they're supposed to be used, the story that they're telling us and the story that the victim may be able to tell us would coincide, and there would be no doubt given to any party asking questions in any of that.
All right, Jackie, you had a litany there.
I can't. As far as the body cams, I can't. As long as we have good policies with using them, I can't say as I disagree with the thought, and that if both sides agree on the aspects of it. The interesting thing to me is I've sat in a group of people and watched some of these dash cam videos and these body cam videos, and everybody's split as to what happened, and they all watched the same thing. Now, as far as the struggles in the 60s coming on through, I'm sorry that those things happened. I can tell you I had nothing to do with them, and that all I can do is move forward in my life. And the cool thing about is I try to treat everybody as if they're part of what I do, part of my profession. In that in my professional life, that I'm going to treat you fairly. I've never asked everyone to like me. You probably won't believe this, but there's a lot of people that don't like me. And that's okay. I don't mind that. But as far as the Black Lives Matters coming together, I don't have a problem with that. As far as the as far as the communities come, I don't mind. That does not bother me. I have to live my life. I can't change those folks to make them want to live my life. I'm going to live my life, and you would find in your world, if you ever got to know me, that I am so much for you doing the things you need to do so that I can do the things that I need to do. I don't have a problem with people coming together as a group and doing the right things.
Okay. I just have one other question.
Okay.
Why are you calling officers not to volunteer to be security for Beyonce's concert if they're the people of Nashville and from other states need to be secure in an environment where it could get hectic or it could the energy might get too high? Why do you feel like they don't need to volunteer unless there's enough security there for them to be secure?
That's a good question, because there's a call and there's a reality. I would only ask that they do not volunteer. I ultimately know that Chief Anderson, in the interest of public safety, these officers will ultimately be there. I do not think for 1 second that Ms. Knowles or her cast or anybody that comes to see her that they want to pay their money to see her should be in an insecure environment. The Metro Nashville Police Department handles a lot of special events throughout the year. I think the second largest in the nation, New Year's Eve. We do it wonderfully. I mean, we do these things it comes off without a hitch. So, do I think that Ms. Knowles does not deserve the rights afforded to her if she's here in Nashville as a Nashvilleian? No, I don't think she deserves. I think she deserves everything I get, and that's okay. I just don't have to agree with her, and I happen to not agree with her on this, and I would hope that police officers out there would agree with me. By calling on officers not to volunteer, but knowing that there will be security there will be a traffic plan, there will be security provided to her, is the message just saying, hey, we're raising our hands saying, I just don't like what you're saying. Please think about it again.
And that's all I've asked. And if you've listened to me in any interview, that's all I've ever asked. Why don't you just stop and think about their families for a second? And I want to put out there that people tend to miss that, police officers come from every lifestyle, come from every race, ethnicity. We're not locked down to a certain group of people. And as the FOP president, I represent all those folks. Those folks are my brothers and sisters, and I'm going to take care of them as best as I can.
How many officers do you represent?
Well, we have a membership here locally of 1,800, but that's retirees and everything. So I'd say the police department's running pretty close to 1,340, 50, somewhere around in there. Probably close to 97 98% of that.
And in fact, you're still out there on the streets.
At times I do. Yeah, I still have to work different events and things of that nature, which I don't mind. I mean, I go down and I volunteer to work the New Year's Eve. I volunteer to work 4th of July because there's so many good people down there. It's just fun. You know, you get to talk to folks. You get to see folks from out of town that you know. I mean, I've met people from countries I never dreamed of.
Good enough. Let's talk to Kadia. Let's get back on topic. Kadia, thank you for being with us.
Oh, hi.
Hi, thank you. Go ahead and give us your comment, question, what you got.
I have just 2 questions, okay. Father Danny Hale, since you opposed Beyonce's performance due to the Black Panther thing, did you get involved in any local community involvement activities to stop minority police brutality?
I have never been involved in minority police brutality, so I don't know what I would possibly get into locally.
What is there out there? Do you know?
I mean, any community local, like, involvement activities, any going to community centers and talking to young minority students about, like, every police officer is not bad.
I'm glad.
Some things that
I am so glad you brought that up, because
these things are happening to the minority community in the Nashville area, anything like that.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up, because in the Fraternal Order of Police, we actually have started. We started in the '60s. We have a youth camp in Wilson County, about 25 acres on a peninsula up there on the lake in Wilson County, and we take 6 camps up there a year, 3 female, 3 male. Approximately 60 kids at camp, take them up there for a week. And last year is the first year I haven't done it in almost 30 years, and because I let my son take over the legacy. But we take these kids up there. They all come from the inner city. They all are come from the minority homes where a lot of the officers see them in their environment, and it's a good time to get up there. We take them up there on a Monday, and then we pick these children up, and then on Saturday, when it's time for them to go home, when they we pick them up in shorts, T-shirts, just like camp counselors. Saturday morning, when they get up, they don't realize it, but they became good friends with police officers, because we're in our uniform Saturday when they get up. So all of a sudden, they became friends with police officers.
Oh, and you've been there at camp the whole week.
And we've been there all week with them. And fishing, boating, you know, and this outreach has never cost a child a dime, never cost a family a dime. We raise all the money ourselves. So that is the talk that I've had with hundreds of children over the years, and that you know, we are not bad folks. They've met my children. They know I have kids. My son was basically, he's a police officer now, but he was basically raised at that camp on and off throughout his life. And then later in the year, we go back and I think last year during Christmas, we took 76 of those children to shop with a cop, so they could spend whatever they wanted on themselves and their families. So yes, you know, I'm sorry to mention that earlier, but yes, we reach out to a lot of folks in the community. Here in about 2 months, the phone calls will start coming in the office wanting kids to go to camp. So we're doing something right,
I would say. Kadia, thank you very, very much for your question tonight. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, still more calls to get through, more talk to be done. Stay with us.